What's up, Motobrats? It's Special God here, and welcome to part 2 of What If Ash caught the Pokemon he could have caught. Well, since there's no other intro needed, let's get watching. So, after catching a Clefairy and saving the same species from Team Rocket in Mount Moon, Ash and Brock with Pikachu reach Cerulean City. Ash immediately goes to challenge the Cerulean City gym while Brock does some stuff. When Ash reaches Cerulean City, he finds out that the gym leaders are not battling. When Ash asks why, one of the gym leaders, Daisy, tells Ash how they have been battling Pokemon due to how the battling Pokemon due to the previous Pokemon trainers from mostly Pallet Town coming here and defeating them. How the battle Pokemon is injured due to the previous Pokemon trainers from mostly Pallet Town coming here and defeating them. Ash is dejected that he could not fight and that his batchmates from Pallet Town are ahead of him in his journey. Daisy offers the Cascade badge to Ash as an apology and Ash accepts it although hesitant. Ash goes to the Pokemon Center and sees Brock there. Brock is surprised that Ash defeated the Cerulean City gym this easily, but when Brock hears about Ash's side of the story, he's honestly quite disappointed by the way Daisy and her sister handle an official gym. Brock tells Ash that they should depart the next day and Ash agrees. After a while, an alarm breaks off which alerts Ash and Brock. When they go to Nurse Joy to see what happened, she says how the Cerulean City gym has been attacked. Ash has been attacked by two people and a Pokemon which is a Meowth. Ash and Brock, hearing this, rush off to the gym knowing who these people are. When they reach there, they see Team Rocket using a big vacuum cleaner like machine to suck off the gym's Pokemon. The gym leaders only have a Seal fighting with James and Jesse's against and Coffin. Ash and Brock immediately get to work and send out Pikachu and Geodude respectively. When Team Rocket sees the top with Pikachu, their attention is diverted towards them. Ash also sends out Gyarados due to the current terrain being in Gyarados' strong point. The battle starts and Ash and Brock tell their Pokemon attack. Pikachu uses attacks with the Thundershock and Geodude attacks with a rock throw, which KOs both of Team Rocket's Pokemon. Ash orders to use Hyper Beam on Team Rocket, which sends them blasting off again. After this, Brock shows his disappointment to the Cerulean City's gym maintenance. The three sisters just take insults after insults from Brock and don't talk anything back since they know that Brock is telling the truth. After Brock finishes basically teaching the three mermaid sisters a lesson on how to become an official gym leader, both Ash and Brock leave Cerulean City and continue their journey. Ash, thinking that he didn't get enough experience for fighting the gym in the Cerulean City, asks Brock to help him train and Brock gladly does so. After some battles, Brock notices that Pikachu has a lot of speed, but Ash isn't using it. Isn't using that to his full potential, whereas Ash is only thinking about brute scent. Brock comments on this. Ash is confused by why the speed matters more than power, but Brock berates him for thinking that way. Brock explains about the advantages of each type of versatility of a Pokemon. Ash, after hearing this, thinks about how both Brock and his dad berated him for his stupidity. After a couple of days of traveling, Ash and Brock come across a so-called gym called the AJ's Gym written on the top of the board with wins and losses. The wins are 98 and the losses are 0. When Ash is confused what the hell the gym is, a boy who was identically to him with a Hawaiian shirt and a blonde stash of hair in his front set. His name is AJ and he tells Ash about the history of this little gym, which is that if he can win 100 badges, he can start collecting badges. Ash, who started boasting about his 2 gym battles a couple of days ago, and he does boast about it, but AJ just scoffs at it and says that it might be fake or from some low-class gyms. Brock gets triggered by this comment and tells Ash to challenge this cocky boy to prove his work as the holder of the Border badge and the Cascade badge. Ash nods and challenges AJ to a battle, and AJ accepts. Ash sends out a spear and AJ sends out a Sanshu. Ash was thinking that he had the advantage that the spear Sanshu cannot fly, but he was soon disappointed and shocked about the way AJ uses his Sanshu. Before Ash could know what the hell happened, Sanshu's spear was put down and AJ won the first round. Ash, snapping back to reality, decides to use his Butterfree, but before he could do so, his Pokemon opens itself and Sanshu comes out. Ash is confused as to why Sanshu came out, but when he sees the determination in Sanshu's eyes to defeat the opponent's Spearow, Ash, even though he never fought with Sanshu, decides to keep his Sanshu. AJ mocks Ash about his Sanshu being weak and looking untrained, but to his surprise, Ash admits AJ's mockery. AJ thinking that Ash is underestimating him, tells his Sanshu attack, and Ash does the same. And to everyone's shock, Ash's Sanshu does the same as AJ's Sanshu. It seems that Ash's Sanshu is copying what AJ's Sanshu is doing perfectly. Every attack is matched, but the difference comes in experience instance with Ash's Sanshu lacks, but he makes up for it by basically copying every move that AJ's Sanshu throws at it and reverses it. This match is intense. AJ is shocked but moreover pissed that this weak and untrained Pokemon could match his strong and trained Sanshu. Ash is shocked but moreover happy that his untrained Sanshu can go on equal footing against AJ's trained Sanshu. AJ decided to end this, not wanting to make this battle long, so to let all of his Sanshu's moves and attack to be copied. AJ orders Sanshu to use Magnitude. Ash, seeing this and not knowing what Magnitude is, tells his Sanshu to wait. But Brock, knowing full well what the Magnitude attack is, quickly tries to warn Ash but stops as he too understands that if Ash doesn't learn it the hard way, he would never grow. As AJ's Sanshu releases a Magnitude 6 which cracks the ground beneath them. Ash, seeing this, tells his Sanshu to use Magnitude as well, but his Sanshu has never had experience in this move, can't execute it properly, and AJ takes advantage of the situation, tells Sanshu to use Rollout. This attack was the last straw as Ash Sanshu get knocked out. Ash quickly runs to his Sanshu to check his condition, but when he sees his Sanshu breathing, he sighs in relief. AJ comments about how even though Ash Sanshu was good, it's not good enough. And after saying that, he goes back inside his tent with his tight Sanshu. Ash clenches his fist but he knew that AJ was right. Him and Sanshu had not been training before resulted in him losing. Brock comes to Ash and comforts him, telling Ash that how AJ was superior to both of them. Hearing this, Ash is shocked that even Brock thinks that AJ is superior to them. And Ash was gloating about how he won 2 badges. Ash realizes that the first badge he got was due to a type, but Brock still gave him the badge. The second badge he got was just for mercy. So Ash makes up his mind about being a better trainer and then walks out with his Pikachu and Brock. Ash and Brock, a couple of days later, Ash and Brock get lost during their way to reach Vermilion Town. Ash and Brock have been training a lot with all of their Pokemon. Ash is using Gyarados since Gyarados is pretty OP right now, and Gyarados knows this too, so he can't blame Ash. Ash tries a different tactic with his Pokemon. He puts all his focus on all of his Pokemon after the last loss he had against AJ. While walking, Ash and Brock come across a Pokemon, and when Ash checks his Pokédex, it names the Pokemon Oddish, which is a Grass-type Pokemon. Ash, not having a Grass-type Pokemon, thinks that he should catch one for himself. He decides to battle it and send out his Spearow to battle it. The Odysseus is scared, and Ash sees this and hesitates. Brock sees this and smiles, thinking Ash is hesitant about hurting Pokemon, which he doesn't need to. But before Ash could do anything, a Pokemon jumps in front of Odysseus, protecting it. It was Bulbasaur, and it's angry. The Bulbasaur quickly takes Odysseus and runs but he sees that Ash isn't falling, so he takes his time to run away. Spearow, seeing has been returned, is smiling cause he himself knows about hurting wild Pokemon for his own job. He has a choice not to, and Ash took it, but Spearow realizes that if Ash is like that, he wouldn't get any more new Pokemon. So Spearow starts pecking on Ash. This annoys him. This annoys Ash, and when he looks up to Spearow, it is swirling around, and Ash can understand it kinda. Ash smiles, thinking that his choices were bad. He is hesitant to hurt Pokemon, but that doesn't mean he's hurting them. He's giving them a chance to grow stronger with them. So Ash gets back with his ambition and starts walking. Brock, seeing Ash's new ambition, smiles, thinking about Ash's development after the loss with AJ. After walking for a while, the duo find themselves stuck in a life-threatening situation. A couple of seconds ago, they were walking through a bridge, but it was an old bridge, so it broke, and now the duo are literally climbing with their life in the line. But Brock slips and falls down the stream and flows away. Ash quickly reaches to the other side and starts running in the general direction of Brock. After running for some time, he notices some traps laying in the ground, but he isn't stupid enough to fall in these easy traps, so he just jumps on the tracks through the traps, but finds himself in an unfamiliar spot. He searches around but can't see anything except trees. Pikachu and Ash are about to give up, but then they hear Brock's voice. When they turn, both see Brock alive, and after talking for a bit, Ash gets to know that he's in a preserve center. Brock takes Ash and Pikachu to a hut. There lives a girl who takes care of injured Pokemon and gives them a feeling of home. There, Ash sees Oddish that ran away with the Bulbasaur. Ash starts walking up to the Oddish. Brock was gonna stop him, but he remembered Ash's new ambition. He restrained himself to see what Ash will do. Ash walks up to the scared Oddish and bows down to his level. Ash starts apologizing to Oddish for scaring him like that. Oddish, for some reason, understands what Ash is trying to say and smiles at Ash, nodding. Ash smiles softly, but before he could do anything, he's then kicked in the butt and sent crashing to the ground near Oddish. When Ash gets up and sees who attacked him, it was the Bulbasaur that helped Oddish escape. Brock comes with the caretaker, and the caretaker tells Ash about the Bulbasaur being the protector of the preserve center. Ash nods, understanding, and then gets up. He raises his hand, signaling that he comes to no harm, and smiles at Bulbasaur, but Bulbasaur takes this as a threat and tries to push away Ash. Ash sighs, kinda knowing why Bulbasaur is like this to him. But he bends down to Bulbasaur's eye level and just stares at him. Bulbasaur stares back while trying to push back Ash. After a couple of seconds later, Bulbasaur stops by staring into Ash's eyes. Pikachu kinda gets what Ash is trying to do. He's trying to calm Bulbasaur, and it's working to some extent. But Team Rocket had to show him with some big ass vacuum cleaner again to steal the preserved Pokemon. Ash, using Spearow, is able to send Team Rocket blasting off again. After this, Bulbasaur decides to come with Ash as he took the lightning to his train. Ash battles it with his Pikachu and is able to catch it, but he forgot about him having a full team of 6. So this causes Bulbasaur to go to Professor Oak. Brock gives Ash a suggestion to change his team from the current one, and Ash agrees. Both Brock and Ash say goodbye to the Lady of the Preserve Center and continue their journey. And this is where I'm going to leave for this episode. I'm sorry that this is not long like the previous episode, but I made like 12,429 character words something, but whatever. If you guys like this video, then don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do the necessary stuff, and if you don't, I understand. So peace out.